What can you tell me about digital technology and its role in innovation?
So Lizelle, thanks first for the opportunity. Digital technologies have a multiple role to play in public-private partnerships and large infrastructure scale projects. The three things I can think of is firstly, digital technologies enable innovation, and I'll touch on that. They also enable new consumption-based business models. And lastly, digital technologies also augment capacity for these projects. So let's talk about innovation. So the ability to collaborate collectively, drawing on a pool of multifaceted experts to solve problems creatively and critically requires platforms that bring these ideas together, irrespective of geography or location, and hence digital applications, based on these technologies, such as Microsoft Teams, collaborative workplaces, and even software such as BIM, which is a collaborative tool in the built environment, enables people to work on projects collectively in real time, sharing ideas, which fosters innovation. When we talk about augmenting capacity, and normally we think about getting more resources. Here I'm referring more to time, because time is a critical resource in these projects. You overrun time on these large infrastructure projects, and it's a huge cost impact. And what digital technologies enable is the sharing of information and data and workspaces, so that decisions can be made much more quickly, and more importantly, they're informed by data. So it reduces rework and mitigates risk. And in terms of business models, rather than moving to just CapEx type models, you can move to consumption models. And we're used to it, right? As consumers, we're so used to that. I can book a ride and buy something when I need it. It's very consumption based. This can be extended to the business world as well. Take, for example, an airplane manufacturer who moved away from selling engines rather than selling flight time. And this was made available to the deployment of sensors that monitors the condition of the aircraft and of the engine. And what they didn't do is, instead of selling the engine as an input cost into the aircraft, they charge the airline for the flight hours. It's very much consumption based. It lowers the investment cost for the airline, but at the same time creates an annuity revenue model for the engine manufacturer. So rather than dealing with lumpy capex revenue inflows, they move to more stable annuity-based revenues, which is better business for them.
What role do you see these three areas that you just discussed playing in public-private partnerships specifically?
So whether you're managing an aircraft engine or whether you're managing a nuclear power plant, the concept is the same. The three things that I mentioned extend to them, and can be applied to them. However, what's more important is that in these public, to make these technologies and their services come to life, require the use of platforms. And here I'm talking more about cloud-based analytic platforms, data ingestion platforms, workflow platforms. And for that, you need infrastructure. And fiber infrastructure, more importantly, because that's what delivers the high-speed connectivity between these platforms. And the other side of it, the question will be asked, like, whose role is it to invest in the fiber communications infrastructure? And it requires specific skills and expertise to do that, and hence the private sector does that. But the role from a public perspective or government perspective, as I might call it, is to provide a conducive investment environment. And this can be done through friendly, light touch regulation, but at the same time allowing the ecosystem to self-regulate themselves as well.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you, Giselle.